Guys, okay, so I was kind of halfway through the video and I'm clogged up with loads of stuff on my iPad, and it just cut out and I've had to delete it, so I do apologise, but I didn't want to put your cards away. These are the two cards that first come out, okay? So I'll have to start with a disclaimer again. This is for your March, okay? But I'll do a spread for March, but the clarifying cards where everything always changes really, it will be over on Vimeo. I've left it as cheap as I possibly can for everybody, so everybody kind of has a chance in order to watch things over there if you want to. But there is loads of other stuff that I will do through March also that I will put in that same folder. It is called bi-weeklies and weeklies, but you can have access to that where it'll give you access to everything that's in there from this month that we're still in, and next month, which is March, which is now. You can have access to all that, which is a buy all option, I think, for £15, okay? Or you can just have individual clarifying readings. But if you want your sun, moon, and rising, probably the best option is to do the buy all. Okay, so that will be clarified over there, and the link is in the description. If there's any songs and stuff that I normally do, that will also be in there. But there's kind of I'm getting a backlog of stuff, and you know I'm trying to do everything at once, pretty much how I do. But this is for your March. Okay, I've got to admit to you, I did start doing a reading when I was doing them all, not yesterday, the day before, and I was getting tired, but as I was doing the reading, it just came out with like loads of swords. There was the moon, and it's difficult when you're a medium and you have to keep giving over readings because I was just tired, so I just thought I'm just going to do it again another time. But you had swords, sword energy and the moon, that kind of stuff, but don't look too much into that because this could just turn out differently, but it won't relate to everybody. It really won't. Your circumstances really change when you have like a private one. Trust me, I've been there in the past and things, and I've looked into them and kind of like, yeah, that's definitely me, and then when I've had a private reading, it's completely different. It's completely different, okay? Your energy will be different, but we have so many different souls on different timelines. It depends on how much time you've been through things, on spiritual progress, okay? Love put connections together to help you love yourself, not hate yourself, and not to hate other human beings, okay? We have to temper and balance our energy, and when things are stuck, especially as water signs, I mean, I have a Scorpio ascendant, okay? But you see, you can't blame society and you can't blame life, and you have to keep your speech and everything under control because it reserves energy, okay? It reserves energy. Like when we do tarot cards, okay, energy, I'm going extremely cold now. What I was explaining to people about a response and a negative response and a positive response, okay? This is classed as your negative, and this is classed as your positive, and this is why now I go extremely goosebumps, okay? Because this is my kind of bullshit detector, and this is when spirit touches me as if to say, yeah, you're right, you know, you're right, and then it goes over my whole body. Because this is the negative part of our body, and this is the positive part of our body, okay? It works off vibration also, okay? So it can mean like blocked, because you have meridian system and stuff also that goes through, but it could mean just simply coming off the guiding people approach. But that's what I do in a Skype call as well. You know, I can explain things if that's what you wish. But this is kind of like a stuck energy. This is stuck, fixed, like stuck communication. This can be any kind of fixed sign. I don't want to go through them all, but if you're spiritual, you should know what fixed and mutable and cardinal are. Okay, but this is any fixed sign: Aquarius, Taurus. What else is there? Fixed. Scorpio. There's another one. Leo, right? Or water sign. But this is. It can mean communication is just blocked. It's just kind of like stagnant. Can be something from the past. Someone's concentrating on someone from their past. Someone's trying to offer to someone from their past, but it's just kind of like it's kind of saying communication across the internet kind of thing is, or travel. Scorpio, something rising on Venus. Yeah, heavy burden. So that's an ending. So an ending from something from the past that was for someone an extremely heavy burden to carry. If this is work, okay, if this is work, this can be you or them. This is like service as well, 10, because it's like spiritually, it means that I have a calling. I'm called in a direction, and this is the direction that I am going in. I have to go in this direction if it's to do with like spirituality and stuff, because it's like a calling, okay, calling. You are called in a direction that it's just a heavy burden in order to carry, because you are called in that direction in order to do it if you're spiritual. The world can mean spiritual, okay, can mean communication and travel. It can also be teaching, teaching people in order to learn ascension. But there was an ending of something that was very burdensome, very heavy. Take that card. Strength, yeah. It took strength in order to keep facing the same burden. It's like a face-off. Like, I'm going to continue to carry it, or I'm just going to drop it, because that can be like an ending or a start again. All the ones that are carried here is karma. It's everything that we carry ourselves. Okay. So if there's conflict and it's stuck, it's just you just continue to do the same thing. Strength can always mean codependency, trying to break free of addiction. This can be addiction problems, or it can literally just mean trying to, like, codependency, fearing abandonment, fear. This is also like trying to face fear, and trying to just pry information, or try to pry like speech or something like that, or just trying to. It's because it's just like stuck. Scorpio, for March. See, the swords are coming out again. Decision. That's the calling I was talking about. Judgment. So it's a calling. So that is like something very spiritual here. Also, communication. Across, I mean, I have to kind of add myself into this because I obviously have a Scorpio ascendant, okay, and this is kind of me as well. I hate talking about myself, but it's difficult for certain signs because all my wheel of fortune, they're all fixed, so we have to learn through that. But we have a calling in certain aspects of our life that we have to kind of learn to become unfixed and unstubborn, and learn at realising on paths that people have callings in different directions, This is also like a make-up and a break-up also, like reconciliation. Reconciliation from someone to do with travel or work. But it can be blocked. Because it's a judgment call. You see, you can either make the judgment call yourself, or they can, or you can make a judgment call. Like if someone comes back, you both have to make a judgment call of the same vibration, okay? That's a judgment call. If you're in a ship and you're in a relationship, okay, you both make a judgment because you both have a discussion of things that are heavy, stuck, like decision, trying to decide, shall I, shan't I? Like, this is karma, this is thought, this is thinking. Can be too analytical. Which direction shall I go? Shall I go backwards, or shall I go forwards? Someone's deciding, shall I continue to carry a burden from the past, okay? Or shall I drop the burden, because this is also dropping a burden, okay? And continue to walk forward this way, through strength, trying to break the barriers of strength, trying to break the barriers of decision. So you've kind of got like a confliction energy as well that seem to be happening through March. There's a lot happening with Chiron and things in people's charts and stuff like that. Chiron is a very difficult energy for water signs, especially Pisces. I think there's a transit across Scorpio as well. So for me, that's very difficult. But it's kind of like one energy's going this way and one energy's going that way, Either like deciding, shall I continue to carry a burden this way from something from the past that's been stuck and the communication's just been blocked. This can mean emails, internet, travel, communication in any form or manner across worldwide internet, or literally text messages, multimedia, phones, signals, anything like that, signals, like telepathic signals, telecommunications, directory, to like a directory of third eye. I used to do videos about that. It's kind of like channeling information that you give it to people, and they connect to your source of your third eye. This is like the third eye awakening to the truth. You've also got the Ten of Pentacles showing up, which is like an ending and a beginning. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus. Or Jupiter. Yeah, so we've got the Page of Swords. We've got the metaphysical planes of the Peter and Paul. Fly away, Peter, fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter, come back, Paul. So this is the connection of soulmate energy. Okay. So this is sometimes when we meet within the metaphysical plane, because it's the connection. That's why I kind of wrote at the beginning of this kind of thing, I do not believe in the perfect match. I believe in the spark that makes it, okay, or created it, okay, which would be source also, okay, created spark. Also a perfect match. A perfect match is not stuck, fixed, and just battling and just. It depends what ship you're in. It really does, because it's part of growth and learning. This is karma, also karma, because you're blind. You see, blind to the truth. Someone's hiding the truth, or just like not speaking. This is like not speaking, but this is like information gathering. I need to gather more information. I need to gather more information across the internet, or about this soulmate kind of reflection. But this is like blind to the truth. Someone's blind to the truth of why things are stuck. Could have been something to do with an ending. Communication, this is like, it can be spying. Can be hacking across the internet. Hacking because someone's not accepting an offer from the past. This is also like the Ace of Cups. It's part of like the 4. Then you've got 4 and 2, so you've gone from the 4 to the 2 of Cups. So it means that someone from the past is like not accepting, and then you have, this is why the 2, 6 can always mean like past karma, like past life karma, but also because it's reflection of childhood codependency issues, that why people continuously try to fight the conditioning of what I do within the teaching segments. Okay, trying to crack the code of someone's conditioning, you can't do that, because that leaves you fight or flight. You try to fight someone's mind. You can't fight their mind. Okay, you can't fight the feeling. Big love, right? I just can't have the feeling, no, no, no. So that's your song, Big Love. So that will be in the description, Big Love. Yeah, someone's waiting for sure, because the 7 of Pentacles is coming up. Someone feels someone's worth waiting for. So there's the Moon again. I'm glad that I did tell you that I kind of done that reading, because some of it is coming out the same. You had the Page, you had the 2, but you had the 6 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, I think, and the Moon. So a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus, could be hiding feelings, suppressing emotions, something from their past. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Got Leo in their chart maybe. Or, you see, this is the mystery. The mystery is the history. Okay. The history is mystery. The history is history, is what I've just heard. The The history is history, and it's over. Because that's like ending world cycles, like a big calling in order to go in another direction. But there's still some kind of mystery of someone trying to figure out what this metaphysical, this is like dreams, this is dreams, this is the dream, okay, the moon, this is also within what's within your moon of what you manifest through the day of the feeling, okay, just can't help the feeling, no, but then that creates the mind of strength because of a metaphysical connection that can only be felt. So someone could be dreaming, but they can be bad dreams or good dreams. Okay. I used to keep a dream journal when I was going through this twin flame thing of what I believed was my twin. And trust me, I fucking believed that wholeheartedly, where it took me 5 years to realise this is not. This is not. And that started on the metaphysical as the 6. And it went more into the on the physical to the metaphysical, where it was just ended up being cerebral narcissism. It ended up being just spying, constantly spying, spiritual entrapment, hiding, and it just went into like where I was flipping out. But it helped me. It helped me on my path, you see. It did. Because some metaphysical connections, it reveals the truth to you, because the 2 of Cups is like divine source. So it gets you to listen to divine source. It gets you to mirror, reflect lessons back to yourself of like self-love, you know, is what I'm saying. God don't put connections together to make you hurt or completely manipulate people in life. Okay, they're put together in order to make you to love yourself, not hate yourself. Okay. So because this is about suppression, can be depression, suppression. But it may not be. It may not be. It could just mean that someone's hiding feelings and emotions. They're hiding something from their past that they've done. You know, I don't like it because the moon is kind of, you know, decision, stuck. This can be like hacking. Scorpio, something rising. So you've got the King of Cups. So someone is deciding between water signs. You've got water and air all over the place. Fixed signs. But you've got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Leo. But see, this is known as Pisces in the chart, in the book. But someone might be writing a book, or writing. This is like poetry and like deep emotion. You know, this is so strong for me because I am Pisces Sun and Scorpio Ascendant. You know, so I kind of is where I come up with a lot of my kind of depth. You know, but King of Cups. So that's my 4 lost souls swimming in a fish bowl. Okay, so sometimes I'm trying to get off the narcissism and entrapment, but you know, this is someone that has uncontrollable emotion, where they're controlling your emotions to control theirs. They can't keep their emotions under control because they don't know what they are, okay? Which can relate to narcissism. It can relate to things from their past because they're just treading water in something, okay? But I'm not willing to put myself all the way in it. I'm just kind of riding the wave of it can be anything, okay? You've got a stable kind of torch that kind of goes, that's gone out. But this is, I mean, the King of Cups is like deep emotion. You've got this cup here that relates to the 8 of Cups, I think it is, or any cup that's stale from the past, that's just got nothing in it. Okay, it's just kind of like dead in the water, like this one. But then you've got one water sign in the middle that's kind of like looking more towards this one here as well, something too stable. But this is deep emotions, the King of Cups. But also not. It depends on the high vibration and the low vibration of feelings. You know, it does. Because through ascension, we learn to keep our emotions in check and in balance. That's why we become more spiritual. Okay. So someone's deciding between water signs, or anybody, really, or anybody. There you go, there's the 6. The 6 of Cups. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus. This is playing out a lot this month. The 4 of Wands, that's the initial 11-11 calling, or just something that's kind of stuck. You know, that's kind of like something that was from the past. That's like past. That's just an ending. There could have been like spying underneath someone's house, their house and their home, and someone's like constantly spying on their house. That's kept someone defensive, kind of like, fuck it, no, that's just too much. Too much. Because that's like spying, thinking, that's spying also doesn't mean like spiritually. That can mean spiritually spying on someone's dreams and entering their dreams, but that can also mean spying, literally spying on someone's home where they're stable. And now it's caused an ending and a new, which is fresh and new, but like holding on to it. I mean, I don't read reversals, guys. I don't. I just try to work my way around the message that I feel and pick up intuitively. Okay? Once you've had over 40 awakenings, trust me, you see dead people, Scorpio. You know, or you don't see them, but you hear them. I don't really go down that approach so much. Contacting deceased loved ones. Definitely done it in the past. Made someone very over emotional after giving them the message. Human beings have more of a gift than what you know. The sun. So that's Leo. Illumination. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I mean, that is also a psychic. That is a psychic. That's the sun and the moon. That's the dark side of the moon. That's an ascendant in Scorpio. And like a sun sign in either Scorpio, Cancer, oh, I don't know. That's kind of like, for some of you, this is like across the world. Someone is like on the opposite side of the world. Can also relate to Vedic, you know, like the internal and external major ruling planets. You know, it's like Pisces, because we've got water signs here. Pisces, they're ruled by Neptune, right? Their planet is Neptune, but they're ruled by ancient ruler is Jupiter. It's Jupiter. So equality. So, oh wow, so fucking thousands of messages come in just through the last card. So, because of the 4 lost souls and the indecision here, you've got somebody that is just like fucking out of control completely, and this is the home family coming. I'll give you a little bit of something, but I don't fucking trust you for shit, but I'll give you a little bit of something, and then I'm off, and then I'll give it back to my family or to someone else. Another, if it's 3-party, if you're in it, you've got to be in a 3-party and know that you're in one. Okay, you have to know that. If you don't know you are, then you're not. Okay, but if you are, they give more to one than what they do the other. okay, and they're out of balance to themselves. They're not in alignment with themselves because it's just it's just like the chakra is blocked. Well, it doesn't have to be, because it's deciding of where you've got the 4 lost souls. One can be narcissistic and controlling, where they control their own amount of time that they give to you and don't, okay? Which could have related to this kind of energy here. Things being extremely hidden. Okay, oh God. Okay, so I'm going to show you what the overall energy is when we get over on Vimeo. I'll probably do a little bit more in depth and then we'll start to clarify the cards. Okay, like I said, their extended reading will only be £3 or £15 for everything that I put in there throughout March, but things will change up after March, okay? So, yeah, if not, thank you for looking at the reading, okay? And if not, I will catch you on the flip side. All right, guys, peace.